Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the post-game press conference. We are joined by our best player of the game, Chris Rosales, and our winning coach, Coach Frankie Lim. Coach, the biggest lead of San Miguel in the game was 19. You were able to come back and force an overtime. Just talk about the resilience and the character that your players showed for tonight and how they were able to turn things around.
Yeah, you're right. My team showed a lot of character tonight, and they were very patient. Even if San Miguel was up by 19 points, they just didn't stop playing. And I gotta give it to Chris, who made big shots, especially the one for overtime, right? And also, not to forget si Thomas Robinson. And we played his heart out. And makita mo talaga sa kanya, he didn't want to lose this game. And he wants to show. Kasi galing siya sa San Miguel. And he just wants to maybe to show them that they committed a mistake by not letting him play. And that was the motivation, I think, for him. And plus, he made good shots. He drove to the basket, which we told him to do to attack Junmar. Sometimes it was successful, sometimes it wasn't, but that's how the game goes. And plus also my rookie, si Richie. Richie played well tonight. Same thing with Tony and Kevin. Although Kevin and Chris, I was telling him that they did play too well in the first half. Pero nakabawi naman. So, good enough. Yeah.
Coach, kanina sa halftime, I was in the dugout and nagkasalubong tayo. Sabi mo, you weren't throwing fouls kanina. And, on the second half, you guys were drawing fouls now. I think there's a lot of free throws that Thomas Robinsons took as well. How were you able to take advantage of that? And, not to mention, nawala rin yung import ng San Miguel. Si Ivan, he graduated and for overtime, you know, all locals then, yung San Miguel. How were you able to take advantage of that, Coach?
Well, first, I think Sean Anthony and Tony Semra did a very good job defending. Very important. Hanggat they were already, he was already very frustrated because he can't take his shots properly. Plus, it's I told you we're not getting fouls, which is true. You can watch the tape 10 times and the tapes will not lie. And at least itong second half, we got maybe a little more fouls. So that helped us. We went on the line so many times with T, Kevin, and Anthony. And nagbunga rin yung patience namin.
Chris, Coach Frankie told it himself, you made some big shots. You're the one who scored that 3-point shot to force an overtime. And we see your import sometimes get frustrated during the game. But for you, how were you able to keep yourself in the zone and just try to focus amidst everything that's been going on the game?
Yeah, I think part of being a professional, like we were talking about earlier, was having character. I had a horrible first game last game. I had a horrible first half today. And I think part of being professional is being able to forget that and move on to the next play. So I've been in the league for almost 7-8 years, and you begin to see the pattern of when things don't go your way, you just have to forget about it and just keep working. And I think my teammates, the coaches, we were down by 19, and we just kept chipping away. We just kept playing hard, one possession at a time, and I think it showed our character. And I think it went over to Thomas, even though he, sometimes he was talking to the refs. We had to come together as a unit and let him know, hey, we got to move on. We got to win because we just can't have those we just can't have his mind out the game, talking to the rest. He's a highly competitive person, so sometimes that happens, and that comes with playing basketball. So, yeah.
Right. We saw Thomas, get frustrated at times. And there were a specific sequence when the challenge of um, the San Miguel Beermen was, I'd like to believe that was unsuccessful. And Thomas went to Coach George. And I don't know what he told Coach George, but how were you guys able to, try to tone down and try to control Thomas' emotions as his teammates?
Well, after being with Thomas for about a month now, maybe I'm not too sure. We know how he is as a person, and you have to take it as it is, and you have to learn to work with him and adjust to him a little bit, and then talk to him where you can, and kind of flip that emotion and use it in the game, which I think we did, as a unit.
Now we open the floor to our friends from the press.
Hello, Chris. You talk about the last few minutes of the regulation. You hit those 3 straight triples, including the one that sent the game to overtime. But was
I think when I hit my first 3 in the 3rd quarter, I believe, and for me, when I see one shot go in, my confidence is really high, and the coaches, they saw I was hot, and they ran a play for me. And the coaches have shown trust in me throughout the past few conferences. Coach Frankie, Coach Borgi, everyone. They ran a play that we ran in practice before, and I think they ran it for me in practice, and I actually missed it. And I went home that day, and I was kind of mad because I work on my shot a lot. And when they ran it this time, I just told myself I was going to knock it down because I was shooting with the bull yesterday a lot, and I was having a tough time shooting. But I told myself, whether I'm tired or not, I'm going to finish this drill. And I think it carried over to today. And, coaches did a great job of drawing up plays and putting our team in position to hit shots. So, shout out to them and, my teammates.
Coach, yung nangyari ngayon, kabaliktaran nung nangyari nung against Phoenix, very frustrating loss. But paano kayo kagad nakapag-regroup going to this game?
Well, I felt, yung sabi ko sa team sabi ko, I think Phoenix was a team we're supposed to beat. And medyo hindi nangyari. So, the challenge was there. And to play San Miguel. And, San Miguel is a very strong team. And it's hard to beat. By the way, it's the first time I beat San Miguel after maybe a year or so. And malakas talaga. And you just have to put up the level of your game when you're playing teams like San Miguel. And yun talaga. They pushed hard. They really wanted to win and get their first win. And I'll give it to the players. Silang nagtrabaho doon sa loob to catch up. We were down by 19. And these are the same guys who pressured the ball carrier, pressured the first passes. And I think our adjustment on our pick and roll defense did help also.
That's it for our post-game press conference. Thank you, gentlemen, and congratulations.
Salamat.